All right, well, also erupting from the technological world this week is Raytae Parsons, this iconic photograph of this 17-year-old girl who committed suicide last April, found on an online dating site.
Yes.
So we know a little bit about it. Actually, the best quote that I saw was that the administrator of the site actually used the excuse that he didn't know who she was because he was, quote unquote, a foreigner. I'm not sure why that is the excuse being used.
Good
but anyways.
try, I guess.
Don't let Quebec hear that one.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes, but anyways, so this photo of Raytae was on an online dating site. This brings out obviously a lot of pain for the family, and
Sorry, I'm a little foggy. Had she subscribed to this dating site and
No.
then uploaded it, or did they
no,
just?
no.
What happened was it was just a random photo that was chosen, like all the
Off of
photos on the
Google.
date.
Oh, they just searched.
They're just like, oh, there's
girl
a-
That's right.
plus dog, you know.
Yeah.
Plus standing at the lake.
Yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
yeah.
And that's,
Yes.
so that came up and they just used the photo. Unbeknownst to them, it was this iconic photo of this girl who'd been bullied and who had killed herself. Yeah.
Exactly.
Wow.
So it raises the question of what are we signing away when we get onto Facebook? I mean, I have seen colleagues and friends who are saying, I like McDonald's,
Exactly.
or
Well, and that's
Kim Babbage has chosen this new Dorito flavor. It's like that's not true.
And that brings up a really interesting question, because even like when you sign up for Facebook, it's pretty clear. They say you're signing away all any pictures you add, you're signing that away. But what they don't say is you're signing away the rights to your identity. And that's a huge problem I have. Like when I do see something, I wonder, because I see friends that, hey, this person likes McDonald's, and I know that they don't. I know they never would in a million years. And so that makes me wonder, how many of my friends are getting my image and my identity saying like, hey, I like this kind of pickles or something, when I don't like that kind of pickles. I like the other kind.
You're very
Yeah,
particular
exactly.
about pickles?
Very pickle-ticular, yeah. That doesn't make any sense. Anyway, but I think that's beyond what we're signing away, and I think it's now getting to the point where something has to be done about it, or what we can probably all just get off Facebook, right? It's up to us, but
Can we?
I don't know,
Yeah.
maybe not.
Yeah, there's no real disconnect from Facebook, I don't think anymore.
Yeah.
But yeah, and that's exactly the issue. What are you signing away? And I can guarantee, like when I signed on to Facebook a number of years ago, you're signing up and you're just kind of seeing like, oh yeah, I don't want to read it, I agree. You know, and that's the thing, right? And then you're kind of locked in because they can always say, well, you agreed, so and
You
all
said you read the 20 pages of legalities that we gave you, Mitch.
we wrote it brilliantly.
What happens to her family? Like, what are
Well, they're
their rights, or what can they
understandably livid
do?
right now.
Well, can they sue? Can they?
Well, at this point
press
that
charges?
we're broadcasting this or taping this, they aren't taking any kind of legal measure right now. They're just really upset, and they've taken the photo down. And the administrator of loanchat.com has apologized and feels horrible about it. And I don't know that really it's going to go any further than that.
And what's really sad, it's given Loan Chat all this great publicity.
But who's going to use them?
Well, I know,
everyone
but they'll
says
still
there's no
go
such
there.
thing
Why would
as
I
that.
try to find a mate on a dating site that just takes stock photos and stuff? And it actually throws the human
might-
interaction
And how many?
element out the window.
And how many chat rooms or date services are there out there?
Tons.
3.
10? 3? 3.
Many, there are many.
And do you use one?
Of course. I'll use like 3.
3?
I think the one positive that might come out of this is, even though the legality question aside, maybe it's technically legal for them to use that photo, it might dissuade people, companies from doing this. The backlash, like, yeah, okay, it's legal, but no one is going to use your service because you've become this horrible, horrible company in the eyes of the public for doing something like that.
Yeah, and if anything, companies should try to use it, they should try to almost solicit their own clients to be like, and that people that they feel might want to be famous or whatever, and be like, hey, do you want to represent us and use their picture, instead of just stealing something. If they want it for free, why don't you just ask for someone's permission?
Well, because stealing it is easier. I think that's-
Yeah, okay, true enough.
Or at least, do you think maybe they should just go as far? I mean, if it's as simple as going on like a Google search or something, you can always click that visit page or find the original place that this comes from, and then maybe read a little bit. Like that. That's kind of the
Do you
preventative measure.
think that single people now on these dating services will second guess themselves, or there'll be, no matter even if they are on a legit service? with this happening?
I don't think so. I mean, from the limited knowledge I have of online dating sites, I mean, you have you have a lot of control, right, over who you're seeing and who you're talking to.
But
and
do you mean me or the generally
Just
you?
generally
Okay, yeah.
you.
Don't-
We all
you do,
have.
But you don't really know them, right? You don't know if they have a jail or if they have a record, or that you don't know if she's on meds and she's manic depressive. I mean, those
I don't know that about even
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, exactly.
Table here.
Yeah, no, no.
that table. I think we all know who's manic.
Yeah, we all know Rudy.
Well.
Yeah, I just I don't know. I'm curious to see, as you said, what the backlash will
Yeah.
sort of be. I kind of feel like there's not going to be one, if
Yeah.
I can make
Yeah.
a prediction.
Well, but I
People
mean-
are not willing. They're not going to boycott it.
Yeah, they're just gonna say like, oh, this was in such poor taste, and
Yeah.
then a couple weeks from now it'll be done.
And you know, and what's interesting to me is related is that we have such a connection to security. Like when people are talking about identity theft and stuff like that, like people are like, oh, I don't want to give my last name. I mean, even when we work, like I'll be interviewing a person face to face on
Yeah.
TV, and I'll ask them for their last name. Well, I'd rather not give my last names. Like, honey, please, like your face is on, but also like I can find out everything I
Yeah.
need to know about you by just clicking on Facebook.
Yeah.
So it's really interesting
Yeah.
that we're a little worried about this identity stuff, but yeah, we're just
You're
click.
right.
Yeah.
I
We're
agree.
worried about
right?
the things that we're told very directly by the media to be worried about, right?
Mm-hmm.
We're worried about, oh no, I saw a story on the news saying if I put a picture of my kid online, they're going to get kidnapped right away.
Yeah.
Hmm.
However, if Facebook says that I should give this information, then that's cool. I totally will.
And like another thing about Facebook is that I can get someone's like cell phone number, a lot of people's cell phone number. They don't even realize it. It's in my
Yeah.
phone just because I have a Facebook app, and
Yeah.
like, they haven't like unchecked the box to not give me. Like I did that like the first day I had Facebook. I didn't want to give people my cell phone
Yeah.
number, but like so many people that like I have like 400 or 500 contacts on Facebook, and at least half of them I have their phone number, and I don't have any right to have their phone number.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you don't know them at all.
No. Like, yeah. Well, I
that's-
probably know them better than you know a lot of people. Like
You're right,
from your.
because I'm just like, yeah, sure,
Well,
I'll
no,
be
you-
your friend,
you-
I'll
you-
advertise
you have
on
your
you,
music
like,
app,
come
yeah.
to my show.
Totally, yeah.
Actually, I would love to do, I want to do a piece for Shaw or maybe a documentary one day where I just go and meet a bunch of people for coffee that I've never met before, but that we've been Facebook friends for years. I think
Yeah.
that'd be a lot of
Oh,
fun.
awesome.
Yeah,
really,
really
really
cool.
Well, you know, the reality is that our technological world is growing, evolving, sometimes beyond our scope of even understanding it or knowing where the parameters are. And I think that leads nicely to our next section on post-apocalyptic society. And then we'll take a quick break and we will talk about zombies.